afternoon. It is tile 463 today. I'm going to go straight in with this because we know the weather's good. We know it's warm and we're not complaining. Dobby is still here. The DPD courier refused to take him because there wasn't an address and he thought that he would suffocate whilst he was in the packaging. So he's sulking in the corner. Well, that's fine. We can do without that. So what have I done so far? I've used a little bit of washi tape and I've inked just part of my tile there. And I've used this one, look, there we go, Smudged Charcoal. And then I've used my Masquerade stencil just to add a little bit of detail there. You see how I've really gone for it, so it's had to dry for a while, but that's absolutely fine. I kind of like the fact it's got these extra bits, so just a little bit different, isn't it? Okay, you ready then? So, pencil to hand, pen, pencil, tortillon. Oh, tortillons, do I have one? Yes. And I also today think I'm probably going to need a white gel pen. Now, you can use anything. You could use a gold or a silver if you wanted to. Whatever works for you, it doesn't matter. Or you can just leave the tile one colour. It's absolutely fine. I just thought we'd do something a bit different. Okay, so pencils at the ready. Here we go. First things first. What I want to do is draw a little bit of a shape. So I'm going to come in here with a curve. Now, I don't want it touching this bottom edge, so I'm going to put my finger there about, I don't know, 5 mil in, so I know that if I start there and work my way around here, see, I can create a curve and it's not going to touch the edge. See, doing it nice and lightly, I've got the curve I want there. So if I bring that in, all right, so far so good. I can use my rubber and I can take away any of those lines I don't need anymore. So I've got that curve in place. All right, so I don't smudge it using a bit of a makeup brush there. Okay, so far so good. So let's follow that through and I can just see my shape there. And I'm going to come around, creating a little bit of a, say a bit of a curve. It's a bigger curve there. Let's have a look, let me see that. I'll do it in white in a minute because that's the whole idea. Okay, and then as I come back out and in, I'm creating that kind of a shape. So it's sort of like a bit of a paisley shape really, a little bit like this one here. So if I just put that one in with a bit of white pen, let's just give it a check and make sure it works. Along I go, following whichever line suits me. Take my time. You see, got that shape, so I'm going to put that pen away for a minute. And on this little bit at the top here, let's have a look there. I want to extend it round, so I'm creating a bit of a curl on that top bit there, see, like that. And then around we go, like so. And then I'm going to come back round and just sort of join it to that bit there, like that. Okay, and if I get rid of that bit there, you see it's become all one shape. So if I just work out a little bit, there you are, see, all one shape. So bring a pen in, my 03 as usual, and I'm going to draw these bits in. I'm actually going to go over this one as well because I think you can sort of see that. It's not as dark as the other side. And draw that shape in. And of course I'm going to stop when I get to that edge there. So around we go. And along to that bit. And round here. And put in that shape, and we can come back after and remove those pencil lines. Just want to make sure it's given time to sort of settle in. Okay, that's done then. So let's have a look at the next job. And again, if you want to, you can put this anywhere you like, whatever works for you. Because I know sometimes trying to work left-handed can be a little bit awkward, but I'm sure we've got that sorted now. So I'm going to come in from here. As I say, if you want to do it this way, you can do. I'm going to come in like that, and I'm not quite halfway, and then a little bit of a triangle shape on the top, and then I'm going to come back down and join that edge. And then on the top of this one, I'm going to sort of follow this shape up. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can see it. So I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to come and create a bit of a triangle that way. Same on this side. Like that. Look at that, it's kind of nice. And then from the centre, I'm going to come up, put a shape in, like that. Okay. So working from one side then the other, I'm going to come in, but this time I'm going to slightly curve it. You see, so it's a bit thinner here, it's gone up as a curve and back down. Same sort of thing again, and back down. And again, you notice as well, each one gets a little bit smaller as it works its way around. So let's try this way. Now I come to this bit. So whether you want to go in and draw it first all with the same colour, or whether you want to, you know, challenge yourself a little bit and work with both at the same time. So this one's going to be a bit smaller, look. A little bit of a wave there. Down we go. And then another one. Right, let's have a little look at this. Okay. You see, so if it's going into that, it's actually got those little shapes on there. Okay. So I'm just going to put the lid on that pen, white pen, for a little minute. And I'm going to come back into this middle one. I'm going to come back up. And we're going to put, it's almost like a really thin kind of heart shape there. And this one again, because this one's curved, I'm going to follow it. And that's going to be curved a little bit as well. And notice this time, I'm actually moving my tile. So as I actually create these shapes, it's more comfortable for my hand to do so. So see here, look, it's not really going to touch that black area. There we go. And back into that one. Okay, looks good. Well, let's have a little look at that then. Okay, so I think, let's have a look at the next bit. I'm going to come along this edge here. First things first, I'm going to come in and put a bit of a curve here. You see? You know, sort of ghost it out first. And then when you're happy, put that in. And then this is going to follow the shape to create that back side of that leaf there. Okay. So the next one, similar place, look from here. And I'm going to come up and over. And again, I'm sort of close to this edge. And then I'm going to use that in that first leaf to help me put that edge of that one in, like that. I think we'll get one more in. So again, I'm going to follow this up, look, to the top there. I'm going to come around and down. You see, creating a kind of a leaf shape underneath it. So far, so good. So we've sort of got that bit there done. So let's look at this edge now. And something similar, but this time it's going to be slightly smaller. So I'm not going all the way to the top there. I'm going to join that in with that white pen there. So just got to give it a chance to get it going there. And then along that edge. And along that edge. Yeah. And then from here, I'm going to do another one. This time, look, let's just put that in, see what we think. If that makes it easier to draw it afterwards. So, okay, let's just make sure my pen's okay. Gel pens are notorious, aren't they? They don't always want to work. But when you've got a good one, you have to stick with it. There we go. I'm going to come back over and do another layer of that in a minute. Just so we can see where we're going. Okay. Alright, lid back onto that one. I'm going to do myself, let's have a look, a little bit of a curl up here. So I'm going to come in like this, curl it round, and then I'm going to come back on myself. See, I've put a little bit of a curl on the edge. and around. And then on the top there, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 of those shapes. Okay, so nothing crazy there. And coming back to this side, I've got space here, so I'm going to put in another leaf. Just sort of sitting in that little area there. You see, now let's have another go at this. I think because I put that black underneath, it's always worth trying, isn't it? I think I prefer just going for it. Just trying to remove that bit of a black line there. That's better. And then here, I can come in with one of those little curves. Again, double up, little curve on the edge. And then 1, 2, and 3 there. You see? Okay, so far so good. So I think whilst I'm in here, what I'm going to add to this bit here, I'm going to put like a little leaf shape in there. A little line in it. Okay? Like that. And maybe a little one there. A little line in. So we know. Okay, putting my white pen down. I want a couple of those in here as well. I think I'm going to come this way, look. A leaf with a line. A leaf with a line. Yeah. At the top here, let's put some little dots on the edges of those. See how it's sort of following that shape? Maybe just a couple there. And there. Along here, they're going to sort of go down bank like that. And into there like that. Yep. Whilst I've got my white pen, I'm going to put a line in there. And little dots in. This one's going to have a part line, isn't it? So I might as well do that one. And a little bit on that one. And then along we come just to finish that off. And let's put some in here as well. See, I'm following the curves each time. So see, this one's quite a wave, so I'm going to gauge where that is and put those in. Okay. So let's have a look at this outside section. And I think before I do, I'm going to just remove those pencil lines now. So it's kind of clear. Trying to avoid those dots. So we've got a nice edge. We know where we're working from. Okay. So I'm going to start at this edge here, sort of around this bit. I'll start on this area first because it's where my colour's going to change. So I'm going to come in with a bubble like that. And I'm going to work my way around. Now, these are not too small because as I work my way around towards that top edge, they're going to get a bit smaller. And the thing I want you to focus on here is actually getting that part bubble in and turning your space so you're getting a nice shape. If you try and do them all in one go, you'll find that they'll start leaning to one side. So you want to, try and think about each one and give it the time it deserves. You see how they're getting smaller? And I'm going to get even smaller, so it's not going to get to the edge. See? Go around. So, I'm going to bring my white pen in now. And I'm going to bring that one in. So it's about similar size to where I left off with that black pen. I'm coming round. Creating something a bit different here. So just as before, try and keep them a nice shape if you can. Following it round. Okay. Now as I get to here, look, I'm going to sort of start that one and move over to my black. This would be nice, I suppose, as well, if you've got, I know, maybe you've done this really dark grey and you use a red gel pen or a bright yellow or something. It doesn't have to be white. See, I'm getting smaller and smaller as I work my way around. So I've got that right at the top there. Okay. So let's see if we can put a line around all of these shapes. So however comfortable it is for you. You see, I'm going to go this way because I like to see what I've drawn and where I've done it. Along there. Like your husband. He's just brought me a new stencil in. Woohoo! Can't show you though, because it's top secret. Alright. See, working my way around each one. And again, I've started with the larger ones because then I've got an idea of the shape that I'm supposed to be putting in. So as I get smaller, it gets a little bit easier. Whereas if I'd started from the really small ones, you've then got to sort of keep getting bigger, and that can sometimes be a little bit tricky. Okay, all the way to nothing there, like that. So I'm going to do these bits whilst they're here. So again, I'm going to still start from that large one and bring it down towards me so I can see what I'm drawing. Now, if you feel more comfortable drawing one and stopping, then please do that. That's absolutely fine. Or if you want to just like go for it, that's fine too. Okay, so put this pen down. I'm coming to my white one. So again, look, I'm going from here along. You know, this is usually, I quite like this pen. That's better, look, didn't want to play earlier. It was almost like giving me two lines. But that's fine now. I do actually have, let's have a look here. Oh, look what I do have. Woohoo! I've got a jelly roll, a red one. I'm going to use it. It'd be rude not to now, I've seen one there. Okay. Alright, and into that one and finishing off there. Got that shape. So let's bring this red one in, see what it's going to do. I didn't know that was there actually. Oh, it's working. So let's have a look at these bubbles on the inside. I'm going to start with a white one. Let's go a bit bigger. You see there, look, it's got a bit of a double line. Go back over that in a bit. Start in the middle. Oh, look at that. So let's fill it with some lines. Let's have a look a bit closer. See? Hold on. There you are. So let's get some lines in there. Really juicy, this one. And I think because it's red, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it all the way around. So I'm going to do it on the white section of the tile as well. There you go, look. Okay, along there. Sometimes it's nice if you want to add one single colour, but you don't want to use pencils. You can do this, you can bring in that little bit of texture. Just sort of wandering it round. And it changes the piece a little bit, really. So you can decide. You can do this all in black if you want. You can decide to fill these in if you want to colour them. But let's have a look at what this is doing. All the way along. And into those. So again, sometimes I do start mostly in the middle of things, but when it's small like this, it doesn't really matter because you're not trying to match it to anything. You're just wanting to give it a little bit of interest. And it doesn't matter if they're not even or they're not symmetrical. You're just filling it with lines. And they're kind of small anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, let's have a little look at that. Okay, let's lift that, look at that. Yeah, okay. So whilst I've got my red in hand, I think I'm going to come in here and put myself a little heart shape in there. It's more look like a loop, I suppose, because it's quite small. Just brings that colour in. So if you haven't got a gel pen to hand, you could do coloured pencils, or you could do this and fill it with black ink if you wanted to. Just options. I'm just trying to give you options. Okay. All right. Let's have a look now on, oh, I think what I will do is I'll add a touch into there as well. Just give it a little bit of red. And that one, a little bit of red. And back to black pen. Keeping you on your toes today. Okay. So let's have a look at what we've got here. It doesn't matter again where you start. I'm going to come with this one. And I'm going to put in, let's have a look, in between here, look. I'm going to come in with a small curl so it touches like that. Okay. Then I'm going to miss one. And then I'm going to do the same again. You see, so the curl is touching the line. And then let's miss one and do it again. Touching the line, miss one, do it again. Again, touching the line, miss one, do it again. Miss one, do it again. Okay, till you get to this bottom edge, you're going to be really just like almost like a bubble. So let's work around the other way. So I'm going to miss one, do the curls, miss, do the curls, miss. Oh, so this is interesting because this one's going to be black and this one is going to be white. So again, miss one, do the curls, okay, miss one, do the curls, like so. I just sort of keep following that kind of pattern. You know, each little curl's touching. So this can be my last white one. Just put my lid on for a minute. So miss one, don't forget to miss one with the curl. Miss one, curl. See this one, they're not going to really get many in there, so follow it through, okay? So we can put a little loop on the top of that one, like so. And this time I'm going to come in and do all of my black ones first, and then I can put my white ones in. Okay. And don't have them too large. You see, they're quite small, just little loops. So that one, you're going to get part of it. Part of it this side. Little loops. Other way around. And last one. Let's have a little look at that. Okay. So I might as well stick with my white for a moment because this one, I want to come in and I'm going to put a larger loop in, but this time, sorry, not a loop, a curl. I want it to touch the loop like that. Same on this side, see? Touching the loop. So, see? Now don't go to a massive expense. If it's not quite hitting it, please don't worry. We just want a little bit of a design, so as long as it sort of gets close, it's fine. See? In that one. So if it doesn't want to hit it, perhaps you're not going high enough. That makes sense. And into that one there. Okay. So here I've got part of one. It's going to come in there. But again, I can switch to my black pen. Join that together. See? And this one. And join. They're going to get a bit smaller. See as they go up. Is that? Yeah. So then come back to this one, look. That's going to be kind of small there because it's got to join all these ones. And then this one. into that one. And that one. And that one. See how that goes? And along there. See, just little bits there. As it works right. See how it's starting to really create that lovely little pattern now. So let's have a look at this corner. I'm going to come in now and I'm going to put a curl in going this way. And a curl in going this way. And another one. Now again, look, they're getting smaller as I work my way up. Till almost tiny, tiny, and then a few dots. See? Similar this way. Tiny, tiny. As we go, you see? Little corner. So let's have a look at this corner too. So similar thing. I'm going to put my pen slightly more. Right, in we go. And this way. Okay. And along we go. Same thing, look. And then let's finish that with some dots. So I'm not trying to make it exactly the same as the other corner. It's you know, giving it a little bit of interest there. And again, some little dots. I don't want it to go over there. All right. So almost done. Because we've got this line here, it does need a little bit of an extra touch to it because, of course, we put it there and we want to say, look, we've put it here for a reason. So I'm going to come in and fill it with bubbles up that side. Can't do down there. And any sort of areas here, look, I'm not going to go inside the petal. But any sort of gaps that we've got around the outer edge, I've put those in, like so. And because I've got black on the other side, I'm not going to do bubbles. I'm going to come in and put some little lines in. Sort of dot and dash lines. You see? Now here I can't really do much, so give it a little bit of interest there. Here you are. Okay, all right, a bit of pencil. Whew, I've chilled out, but I've got warmer. Let's go in a bit. So, okay, first things first, at the top here, I'm going to put a little bit of a pencil for that highlight there. And I'm going to come in with a little bit around these shapes. Okay. Now, I've got a choice to make. I can either go black here, like graphite, or I can go with the white pencil, the white chalk. I think I'm going to give it a bit of a darker shade. Okay, I think it can do it because it's grey there, so I can always work that in. So I'm looking for any spaces in between the shapes we've drawn, which is a little bit unusual. Okay, around there, look. Around this bit. Okay. Along we go. And just around those edges. Okay. Okay, Tortillon in. And we've got to be careful here now because we're going in between these little gaps. And we just need to work around it. See, just taking my time. A little bit around there. Oh, sorry. A little bit around there. I'm just going to bring that down there a bit. Actually, it's probably going to be worth me doing a little bit down there anyway, around that edge. And work it down. Again, I've not gone round those leaves, but they're quite small, so you're going to have enough graphite on there to do that. So I'm not going to worry too much about that bit there. I've got a little bit of shading in, but I think you can work out from this one. We know what we're doing. All right. Okay. Let's have a little look at that. All right, last thing to do really then is I want to bring some pencil around this outer edge. So, you know, just keep it, if you don't need to go to all the nooks and crannies, but we do want a little bit of pencil all around, see? Of course, because I've got a bit of interest in the background, I can get away with sort of like scribbling a little bit in, you see? I think I'm going to bring my chalk pencil in there in a moment. So I think it's going to look a little bit better. So again, let's just ever so gently work it round. Okay. And it just kind of works like that. See? Okay, let's just get my chalk pencil. Okay, and let's just put, I'm not going to put too much, just a dash of it around that edge. Just a little bit. See how I'm hardly sort of touching it, just giving it a little bit of interest. And I'm still going to use the same Tortillon just to use it off a bit. Just giving it a little bit. Don't want to lose all that black, so just sort of give it, say, the suggestion. All right, have a little look. Almost. Just going to come inside, you know, this little bit here. Just add a little bit of pencil there. Not much. I'm going to soften that off a bit. Give that a little bit of interest there. And I think actually that is probably done. So something a little bit unusual today. Shading around things rather than in things. It feels a bit weird, but give it a go and see what you can come up with. But that is our tile for the day. Just need to sign it. So here we go. Bit of a signature down there. And there you go. There's our number 463 for Tuesday. So if you're around, you like this one, you know, do a go, have a go at it, and post it on our page. And if you like it and you want to come back, I'm doing another one on Friday at 2 o'clock. So hopefully looking forward to seeing you there. So take care, everybody. Have fun. Enjoy the weather, and I'll see you soon. Bye.